Welcome to the postcast as the Utah Jazz win their fourth straight, and they do it tonight behind the play of Randy Foye. Actually, a very collective effort, but Randy's really the story tonight more than anything else. He has a franchise record-setting 8 threes in 9 attempts. He scores 26 points on 11 shot attempts. You get a guy hot like that, you got to win in this league.
You must continue to go for him and look for him, and it's amazing when you get a guy hot like that, how the defense still just caters to him, and he gets some good looks. You know a guy's hot. He made like a 40-footer. I'll say 40-footer. Let's say 33.
He could have touched Gail Miller with that three.
He was that
could
far
have given
out.
him a little high five.
And very much so. I mean, he just shot the basketball well. And that really made a difference in that third quarter, especially because the New Jersey Nets, they were right there. 74 to 83. It ended up, 84 to 83 in favor of the Jazz. It ended up after that third quarter. But, it took Randy Foye's three-point shooting to get there.
Randy set a franchise record, tying it for 8 threes in a game. He set a franchise record with 7 in the second half, breaking the record that was previously held by Devin Harris from last year, and he tied the record most recently done by C.J. Miles for 5 1/4. So a huge night. Paul Millsap also had a career-high assist, and you pointed out, Ron, they really inverted this game. And that shows you the ball. This team was built because to have a bunch of versatile players who could move the basketball and do a bunch of things. And they have not done it that way enough this year. And tonight, 9 assists from Paul Millsap leads, and the second assist guy was Gordon Hayward with 6.
Yeah, and that's amazing because you're absolutely right. But somewhere along the line, the Jazz, during the course of the year, I don't know, the offense changed a little bit where we're playing a little bit too much one-on-one basketball. But I'd say here, the way the offense is designed here is exactly what we saw here tonight, exactly what we saw in Portland last night, and maybe some other games. But as I mentioned, the scoring came from the guards and Al Jefferson, but the assists, for the most part, came from Gordon and Paul Millsap. Now that could reverse that again on Monday against the Portland Trailblazers, but you understand the offense and just depends on who you're playing.
I thought there was an interesting aspect. Early in the year, Jamal Tinsley was such a valuable player for this team. Mo gets hurt, and then the 35-year-old Tinsley gets asked to play 34 minutes a night. It worked for a while, and then it really got ugly. And talking to people around the team, his body just broke down on him. He just is not at a point where he can play that kind of minute and handle that burden every night. He's now seemed to have kind of got his body back. They gave him, I think, about a week and a half off there with Earl playing some of those games. And now he came back. He has played very well the last 2 nights as the backup point guard.
Yeah, before we played Portland, I was looking at what he was able to do against Portland. The last time the Jazz had played him up there, and even though the Jazz lost that basketball game, it was Tinsley that played 33 minutes in that game. Mo Williams was out, as you just mentioned. Earl Watson was out also during that time, so he was forced to play those minutes. And a guy, as long as he's been in the league, and he just can't give him that amount of minutes. And he does a great job when he's at 15 to 18, maybe 20 minutes a game because he does make a lot of things work well.
And he's got the experience of playing in playoff atmosphere, and that's frankly where we are right now. Not against the elite of the league, but playoff atmosphere on the way. The other story tonight, obviously, Darren's return. And Darren had it going early. He finished with 21-11. He had a very good game. But he had it going early, and the Jazz made a switch. They switched Randy Foye onto him. That seemed to slow him down, and then they switched Gordon Hayward onto him, and that really seemed to slow him down.
Yeah, and a little more size, just as quick, and it started to bother him a little bit. But, Darren is a guy that can turn it on when he gets ready, and as you mentioned, he was probably in Darren Williams mode early in the ball game because he was getting booed, and he wanted to quiet the crowd a little bit, with some of his with some of his shooting. He ended up going 6 of 14. He had 11 assists in the ball game for 21 points, but it just wasn't enough for them to get a victory.
Jazz hold together, and let's go big picture. They've won 4 in a row. They've played well for 6 straight. Do you have any thoughts on what changed here?
Well, again, it's the ability to pass the basketball and execute your offense. And I'm not going to stop harping on Mo Williams controlling the pace of the basketball game, getting everyone involved, and then guys are starting to grab hold of the urgency and the reason they're